Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me again for another episode of the Optimize Wealth podcast. My name is Lance Norquest, investment advisor with Bellwether Wealth, and today we're focusing on money and marriage. Money is one of the most common sources of tension in a marriage, but it can also be one of the greatest tools for connection. When couples are aligned financially, it changes more than their bank account. It can also change their future. In this episode, we'll explore how money and marriage can work together, build clarity, confidence, and long-term wealth. So, first, how do couples align financial goals? Well, most couples try to align a budget before they align beliefs, and that's kind of backwards. As partners, the first thing you should align on are your beliefs. So start by asking yourselves, what does money represent to us? Does it represent security, freedom, maybe status? Something else to ask, what are you afraid of financially? Maybe not being able to retire, or maybe it's running out of money and being a financial burden to your children or your family. And another thing to ask, what does winning look like for us in whether it's 10, 20, or 30 plus years? Once your values are clear, goals, like a budget, for example, become shared instead of negotiated. Think of your priorities as short-term needs, midterm goals, and long-term vision. And remember, alignment doesn't mean identical priorities, rather a shared direction. So, having honest conversations about money can sometimes cause conflict. So, how do we navigate those difficult conversations? Well, money fights are usually trust fights wearing a dollar sign. So, every financial conflict usually sits at the top of something else, like whether it's loss of control, maybe fear, or possibly even feeling unheard. If you find yourself in a conflict around money, consider the underlying reasons for the argument. Maybe your spouse feels left out of the decision-making process. Maybe one of you fears the other is being too aggressive with investing. Or maybe it has to do with feeling unheard. Regardless of the conflict, work on identifying the root cause and solving the problem through thoughtful conversation. Remember, you're on the same team. The problem is the problem, not each other. So, once your goals are aligned, the next is putting together the plan. So, how do I guide clients through joint planning? Well, I do find that it works best when both voices are heard, even if one person handles the money. My objective is to provide clarity on the execution of goals. I find having a conversation on things like income, protection, so think like emergency savings and insurance, and growth, whether that's through investing or asset appreciation, help to kind of further align the numbers with their goals, because joint planning isn't about equal responsibility, it's about equal awareness for all. So remember, financial secrecy erodes a couple's trust more than anything else. So being transparent doesn't mean judgment, it means safety. So align your goals and put them to work in an organized financial plan that aligns with your core beliefs. Now, I'm no marriage counselor, but if you do have questions or you'd like to discuss your joint goals or a financial plan, please reach out to us by calling the office at 402-476-8844 or by visiting us on our website at bellwetherwealth.com. That's all for today's episode. Thank you for watching. Again, my name is Lance Norquest with Bellwether Wealth, and we'll see you next time on the Optimize Wealth podcast.